Let's do this.
Oh.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Katya. For today's video, it's been long overdue. I have been working on this room for quite a while, so I thought I would finally share it with you. There's still a little bit of final touches that I still want to fix up, but overall it's pretty much done. So I thought I would do a little room reveal and share my DIY studio. This video is going to be about my DIY studio, and there's another portion that I'm going to talk to you about that this video has been sponsored by Cricut. When they reached out, I was super excited. I have been dying to have one of their cutting machines. When they reached out, I said yes, yes, yes. Cricut was super sweet, sent me the machine. I also got the Easy Press and a lot of their tools as well. So I was definitely a lucky girl. When I received it, I could not be happier. I was like a kid in a candy store, I swear. What's super great about the Cricut Explorer 3 is that it is so versatile. So it can cut through more than 100 materials, including vinyl, paper, specialty materials like glitter paper, cork, and even bonded fabrics. That is so great when it comes to wanting to cut different materials. This machine is great for creating personal gifts and personalizing your home. With the variety of materials it can cut, I really believe that it's definitely worth the investment. But most importantly, it's easy to use, easy to set up, and it allows DIYers like us to be up and running very quickly. That is definitely amazing. This machine is great for creating personal gifts and just personalizing things in your home, in the home decor, and maybe organizing as well. What's also great is they have a Cricut Design Space application for desktops, mobiles, so you can create projects from anywhere. I mean, how cool is that? I will make sure to leave all the necessary links down below for you guys. We're going to start off with the DIYs of the Cricut first, and then we're going to move our way into the room reveal. For my DIYs, I decided to go ahead and create 3 different DIYs just to give you ideas. You guys know I love my fashion, I love my home decor, so why not create projects for both? I'm going to start off with my first project. Let's get right into it. For my first project, I wanted to make my hat a little extra special and just change it up a little bit. So what I end up doing is a moon phase design in the Cricut Design Space app, and I use their Smart Iron-On Gold Glitter. So once it's done cutting, I gently remove the excess. And there you have it, my little moon phase design. I then take my hat, put it along the brim of the hat to create that whole halo effect. So once everything is in place, I take some parchment paper and then I put the Cricut Easy Press 2 for 30 seconds and then remove the plastic, and voila, there you have it, a cool halo effect, a new and improved hat, and I just love it. I am obsessed with it. I did a halo effect, but there are so many different things that you can do. You can even do it on a ribbon around your hat, so you can change up your hat, give it a different look. I decided to do this, but I think I'm definitely going to do that next time. Moving on to my second project, I bought these 2 books at a thrift store. I believe I paid $3.75 for each. So what I'm doing now is I am painting over the books. One of them is in a white and the other one I am painting in cream. So you want to do a few coats. I believe I did 3 coats just to cover everything up. Moving on to the next step, I created another project in their Design Space app using their font. I then cut it on their smart vinyl. Once that's done, you want to remove the excess vinyl with their weed tool, which I find to be so much more easier. And then I used their transfer paper. I then stick it on the book. Using their Cricut scraper, press gently onto the book just to make sure everything is stuck. Once I feel everything is in place, I then remove the transfer paper, and that is it. Another thing that I noticed was I felt as though the books were a little too plain. So what I wanted to do is just make them look a little bit more antique, rusticy looking. So I used my sandpaper and then sanded down one of the books. What I didn't have time to film was showing the other book, where I sort of painted a little bit of lines on the book. That is it. My creation is complete. I hope you like it. I went to my local dollar store and I was looking for jars to place all of my DIY supplies in them. I thought it would be cool to maybe put some labels on them just so it looks a little bit more organized and more aesthetically pleasing. So I went in the Cricut Design Space application, used their font, and then created this label. I could not be happier of how they turned out. I wanted to keep it very simple, minimalist, and just clean. So this girl is definitely feeling a little bit more organized, and I could not be happier of how they turned out. Here it is, guys, my DIY room slash DIY studio. It's been long overdue. I wanted to share with you guys the reveal, and so come on in, welcome. So as soon as you come in, the first wall to your left, I was like left, right, to your left, it is my gallery wall that you guys saw. If you want, I will put the link of this gallery wall when I did it. I just wanted to fill up this empty space here. The reason being is when I do my DIYs, I am facing this wall, and I just wanted a wall where I get inspired and I just look at it and it's beautiful. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a little gallery wall here. So I kept it all in the neutral colors, of course. So this is how it turned out. Moving on to here, there is my closet. I am not going to open it because it is a hot mess. I just shoved a whole bunch of things. There's DIY supplies, there's all kinds of boxes and stuff. So I'm not even going to open that. No, it's not happening. Moving on to the left of me, this is my shelf. This is all my supplies, my arts and crafts stuff. I have gotten a whole bunch of baskets. If you remember these, I showed them in one of the hauls. I had gotten them from a woman on Facebook Marketplace. I just think that these are so practical and they look great on this shelf and just tie everything beautifully together. I got some of the baskets also from Winners, like this one's from Winners, this one is from Winners, and it just stores all of my supplies in here, and it's just perfect. On these two shelves here, these are a lot of my vases, bowls, things that I use for the final shots to give you ideas. And even some of the bowls here I use as a ceramic mold, so they're super practical. A lot of these things are all thrifted. Moving on to the top shelf, these are my canvases, so I just stored them there. Then if we move on to this beautiful piece, I had gotten this in the Caymans when we lived there, me and my husband. My husband found this piece and I just love it. I find it so beautiful. It used to be in my dining room in the centerpiece. We moved it and so I put it up there, and I just think it's beautiful. You know, I love my nature pieces, and this is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Then there's my caning here for my DIY projects, a little plant, and obviously more bowls and baskets. In here I have a lot of my ribbons and rope. I had gotten this bowl at Winners in the clearance rack just because it had like a little dent in it. So I repainted it and made it look this whole like antique-y look. I think it looks so pretty. Then there's all my dried flowers here that I use either for my DIYs or even to just use as decoration. So now we're going to move on to the whole center of the room, and to me that was going to be the main focus. Most people would use a sort of rectangle or a square DIY table to work on, but I wanted something a little different. I wanted a round table just to create just to create a little nook in the center of the room. So I got this table at IKEA. I got it on Facebook Marketplace, but I do know it's from IKEA. I wanted a light color. I think it's just the perfect table to work on. I wanted to make it also functional. So when I do my DIY projects, I do them right here. So I wanted all my supplies and my tools all in front of me and organized. So when I am ready to shoot, it's a go. Everything is organized. This is where I put my camera. My husband and I just sort of created this like concoction of a piece just so that it holds this stand in place. I filmed from the top and then I filmed from the side angle, which is my little side stand there. Then there's all my tools, my supplies, my scissors, my brushes, everything that I use. And then there's all my little seashell chips, my wood chips, sand, you name it, it's all here and it's all ready to be used. I just love the whole idea of everything being in the middle, just so that I don't have to get up and get these little pieces in my boxes on the side. Everything is right in front of me. So these are all my DIY supplies, like my seashells, wood pieces, and I use the Cricut to do some labels just so it can look aesthetically pleasing and just be organized as well. I think it's such a great tool. And I didn't want to put it on all of them because it just looks a little bit too bombarding, so I just put it on the ones on each side. But now moving on to the seating portion, you guys also saw these in one of my hauls. I had gotten these amazing velvet hoofs, or I guess stools if you want to call them. I had gotten 5 of them from a man who was selling them from a store, but he was liquidating them. So I got 5 stools, and I just think it's fun because when my family comes over or my friends come over, we can all sit together and do a whole bunch of like arts and crafts. I just thought it was this whole little cozy little nook that we can all get together and do things and get creative. These are actually super comfortable. I thought that they were going to be like the most uncomfortable stools, but they are such good quality and they are super comfy. Sometimes DIYs takes me hours and I can sit for hours on this and my butt is not hurting. So, I mean, that says a lot. On the floor, as for the carpet, I obviously wanted a round carpet just so that it ties in everything together. I got a very simple carpet. It's just an ivory jute rug. I didn't want any florals or any home carpet. I wanted it very simple just because there is a lot going on in this room. So I wanted to keep it clean. A lot of people might be saying that this room is a lot just because there's a lot of different pieces and things to look at. But if you know me, I love my more is more. And of course, my DIY room is no exception. To me, it just inspires me. I look at beautiful pieces, beautiful artwork, and I just get inspired. So this is my sanctuary, and this is where I just love creating. So moving on to the upper part of this, I had gotten these lanterns at a dollar store. It's actually like one of my local dollar stores. It's not really a dollar store, but I say dollar store. It was, I believe this was $7, so it wasn't $1, but I think that they're so cute. They give a little touch of, I don't know, just something different. I put 2 of these, and then if you look up, if you have been watching me for a while, you know that a lot of the lamps inside were stuck and I had trouble taking them down. So what I did in one of my videos, which was I think the dining room reveal, I had these 2 chairs on each end of the table, and I told you that it came with a side table. So what I did was I used the side table as the lamp. So voila, that's what it gave, and I just wanted it to be a main focus on top of the table. Moving on to the window curtain parts, I got these beautiful curtains from IKEA. They are a linen feel. I wanted to keep it light, bright, and went with more cream color. And I love when curtains go all the way to the floor and they just drape there. What you're seeing right now, most people would cut them to the size, but I just think it looks like a messy look and I just love it. So I kept them like that, and then the pole I got from IKEA as well. There needs to be a lot of light that comes in this room. It's important that I don't put like dark curtains. Now we're going to move on to the whole left side, actually right side of the room. So this is all of my equipment that I use. So lighting when it's a little dark and cloudy. Here's my stand, my lights, my tripods. And this side of the room is more where I do the final filming of products. If you guys saw in one of my hauls, I had showed you this council table that I had gotten from a man on Facebook Marketplace. And I just loved all the detailing on this table. I thought it fit perfectly in this little space here. I put my new books here. I put my beautiful Cricut machine that I just recently got, and I had to find a place for it. So I think it fits perfectly on this council table. And to be honest, this side of the room is not completely finished. It's just a work in progress right now. It's where I go to film the final shots. I'm not sure if it's going to stay like this, but I'm definitely going to keep it like that for a little while. And then this little piece here I created, I would say a few months ago. I just put it there and I just think it looks perfect there. So that is it, my whole DIY room reveal. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I post things, I would say every other day on my Insta stories. So go follow me there if you're not already. And just thank you all so much for watching. I love you always. Mwah! See you next time.